Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Masters event for December 2025. So happy December 34th to everyone. I hope the last few days of 2025 are treating you right. We've still got more Tetris to do here in December, and what it is going to be right now, 2 matches. Okay, so you look over at that red bracket all the way to the right. It's going to be Sidnev versus Winter in that top 16 match. And then that match below it, Coal Bucket versus SV. Well, that has already happened. So the winner of that Sidnev versus Winter match, that's going to go to the round of 8. And then the winner of that will take on SV, who is already sitting there waiting at the bottom. And that will be a match. We're going to do that today too. And the winner of that will move on to the semifinals. So Winter versus Sidnev, the winner versus SV. And we will determine a top 4 player, another one who will take on Dog eventually. So I don't know, pretty big. So later tonight, we also have a whole other bracket. And right now it's 1 p.m. in Texas. At 8 p.m. in Texas, it's going to be a whole other bracket. It's going to be, what is it? There it is. It's that blue and purple. So none of that has happened yet. We'll zoom in on it over here. The blue and purple. Pixel Andy versus Crab Rangoon. And then Tetris Time versus Alan Bot, winner versus winner for another semi-finalist. So a lot of movement today here in the Masters event. But we're going to start off with the Sidnev versus Winter to see who faces SV. Let's take a look at our rules. Yes, the rules. Believe it or not, there are rules. And the rules are that this is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System and NTSC consoles. Players can play an emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, experience, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controller so long as no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronic or mechanical, biological, turbo only. These matches are best of 5, so the first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. Level 18 starts all the way through level 39. Super kill screen should be turned on. We will uncap the score. No max outs here. Same piece sets will be used. We will be re-rolling them in between each game of the match. Players, you should not receive any advice while you are playing a game. And do not pause unless the commentator tells you if you do experience tech issues like with OBS, your internet, your camera, or what's the other one? Oh, your PC, whatever. Just keep playing, right? Your job is to play Tetris, not to fix tech issues. Do not pause unless the commentator I tell you to, okay? Just keep playing, and then I will deliver further instructions verbally and in chat and make a ruling. And even if you do keep playing, that ruling will stand. So that is what is happening today. Oh, by the way, the winner gets absolutely something, and that is our share in a prize pool, which stands right now at $477.77. And thank God it is still December, because we would be really worried about making our goal if it were already into the next month and we weren't anywhere close. So we do like to pay our top 8 players. We have not missed a goal since 2023, and it's almost January 2026. So yeah, please do help us out. Whatever you can do to try to get us to our goal of $2,000 that will enable us to pay the top 8. Now, how do you do that? Well, you become a wealthy sponsor and sponsor us. No, we have no sponsors. We have 0 sponsors, right? We don't have any foundation or not, anything else going on like that. No big secret cabal that's funding us in order to raise their international standing. Nothing like that. We just have you guys. That is it. So use that Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube, and that will bring up a link. That link, if you click it, will take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. The top right-hand corner of that page has a button. It says log in. Click on that, and it'll open up a thing, and in that thing you can log in. You can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube or Discord account. It's easy and fun. Once you're logged in, look on the right side of the screen. You'll see a button that says contribute. It's the color of mustard. Click on that. It'll open up a thing. You can enter a little amount, choose a payment method, and go from there. And, listen, I know a lot of you guys are like all, full of Visa gift cards that you got for Christmas. Just pretend you never got it. Just dump it into the prize pool and keep on dumping until it hurts. Okay? All right? Yeah, this prize pool keeps our players coming back. And make sure that we have Tetris month in, month out to watch at the highest possible level. Okay? Good. That is how to, dump till it hurts. Anyway, that's how to support the players. If you want to support the channel, you can do that by going to patreon.com/monthlytetris to make an ongoing pledge of support to keep this channel going. It allows us to look forward into the future and know how much is coming in and to know whether or not we have to quit and go get a regular job. And we don't want to do that. We want to stay, we want to do Tetris for you. We've more than doubled the number of tournaments. We've doubled the size of those tournaments. We've got nobody's bringing you as much high caliber Tetris as Classic Tetris Monthly. So please help us continue to do that. Patreon.com/monthlytetris. Now, some people don't like Patreon, and that is fine. You can use the support command to find other ways to support us. Big shout to Scott Gray, Jane the Window, K9 Tacky, Madelsberger, Corporal Shelby, Junior, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cat Kid, Javante, Jason, Sunny. And those other ways include Streamlabs and PayPal, which if you don't like Patreon, you can use to make a recurring pledge as well. If you're watching on YouTube, you've got super chats, and super stickers. If you send a super chat, I'll probably read it if it's appropriate on the broadcast. So that is a way to make sure I see and say what you have to say. You can also become a channel membership by clicking join just below the video player. And you can gift a channel membership. You can even gift multiple channel memberships. Over on Twitch, you've got bits, and if you accompany it with a message, I'll treat it like a super chat. And you've got, you can become a subscriber. You can gift a subscription. You can gift multiple subscriptions. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get an Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime gaming subscription to grant to the streamer of your choice once a month. But these are use it or lose it. Do not lose them. Use them on us. You cannot save or stack them. You have to use it or you'll lose it. So use it on us. Okay? Good? Yes, I agree. So let's go on over to our game scene. We'll go ahead and get all that situated. And we will do all that while the players warm up. All right. We're getting it all situated. So you never know exactly what you're going to be confronted with. Some people ask, well, why don't you fix the cameras before the match? And that way you don't have to do it on stream, because you never know what you're going to be confronted with. You don't know. All right, let me go ahead and reset this thing here. And you got to fix stencil on one of these, and we will get that going. And that is, let me go ahead and I'm going to have to apply stencil this one. So just give me 1 second. Oh, that's the wrong. Why is that stencil? Like a pink colored stencil. Special pink stencil. Okay, there we go. Reset edit transform. There it is. So we'll use that over there. We'll stretch it out. All right, we're stretching. Hope you all had a good holiday. All right, that should be good enough for government work. That'll be good. Happy with that. And then let me just refresh both of these. 3 and 14, right? So we'll refresh winter, and we'll get winter going. Winter is coming. All right, let's see. Alouette, gentille alouette. Alouette, je te plumerai. Je te plumerai la tête, je te plumerai la tête. You had a very lucrative Christmas and you're ready to dump till it hurts. Good. I mean, that's what we like to hear. I don't know if we actually like to hear that, but you know, why? I don't know why I say stuff like that. No, that's why I'm not CT1 material. That is precisely why. All right, we're getting it going. All right, we're going to go ahead and drop the pieces in the chat while these players finish their warm-up. I just need to fix these cameras up, but we should be in a good spot. All right, the pieces are in the chat. If we can make sure we get pins on these seeds throughout the broadcast, it would be very helpful. All right, let's check seeds. Let's check the whole thing. 08701C. Looks like both players have signaled ready. They've entered the correct piece sets into the game. So let us go ahead and get them started. Sidnev versus Winter, top 16 match. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, the same pieces are coming out. We feel good. On the left side of your screen, seed number 3, Sidnev, in virtue of her top 16 seed. She didn't have to play a match until this very round. So, Summer B, 22-23 to get us right up to $500. Thank you so much, Summer B. Really appreciate your generosity this month. So thank you. All right, Sidnev already in a bit of a kind of top of the board dig here. Trying to get this opened up. Okay, that right side is open. Now we're just kind of open on a bar here. The bar gets over, teleporting through that S piece, and Sidnev is back down to some relative measure of safety. She did not have any room to spare on that one. So my goodness gracious. Anyway, Sidnev, seed number 3 from the Netherlands, qualified into that, one of the top 8 spots where you get a 2-round bye and you do not have to play until the round of 16. So big advantage here for Sidnev. The Vitz has been set up because why not? Sidnev, anyway, with a PB of 8.52 million, was ranked number 10 in the December Premier poll heading into this tournament. I have not checked. I think January has come out. I haven't checked it yet because it's still December. So I don't know why they're publishing this poll early. But anyway, the Premier poll is a ranking of Tetris players that is done by means of a poll of Tetris organizers and watchers of the scene. You can find the full rankings for these competitive Tetris players over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end, so like premier as in first, not as in best. There it is, 199 for Sidnev, now at Tetris 221, 194 Winter. Sidnev is a former CTM Masters event winner, won it back in August of 2024. She's also a multi-time Classic Tetris European champion 3 times, and won it just, about, a month and a half ago, taking the finals in 5-3 against Sunny, everyone's favorite. Sunny, is that everyone's favorite? Like no one's favorite. No, I'm just kidding. I love Sunny. Anyway, Sidnev also the winner of the Austria Regional in 2025 and 2024. And both of those finals were against SV, who would be her opponent if she can get through this top 16 match against Winter. So very interesting possibilities here should Sidnev get through. Sidnev is also the runner-up in Mega Masters this year. Dog was the winner. Sidnev was the runner-up. And that finish in Mega Masters is Sidnev's largest tournament purse. So there you go. So good year for Sidnev. Tetris-wise, 392 for Sidnev, 339 for Winter. On the right side, it is Winter, seed number 14 from the United States of America with a PB of 2.13 million. Winter started off in round 2, got a 1-round bye in virtue of that top 16 seed. Dirty Tetris here, sitting at 441. And Winter got to face Hepta in round 2. And now gets to face Sidnev. Winter made her debut in CTWC's gold bracket, which is their main championship bracket. Made her debut in that this year. You've also seen Winter at regionals in Kansas City and Stillwater, Oklahoma. Played a bunch in TNP. Really, I mean, just played a bunch. That's Tetris for the non-pros, right? All right, Sidnev into 19 at 584. Winter also played in Mega Disasters this year and has also played in Mega Masters this year as well. So Mega Masters and Mega Disasters. And she made her Masters debut earlier this year. That was, or not this year. Well, if it's still 2025. So basically August of 2025. I'm cheekily pretending that it's still 2025 December, but of course it is not. 510 for Winter, 690 for Sidnev. So about a 200,000 point lead for Sidnev, but she's like ahead 15 lines, something like that. Nice little S spin for the burn. Good adjust here for Sidnev. I didn't see that. Well, why would I? Tetris, Sidnev 777. All right, Winter skimming and waiting and getting and Tetrising 571. Tetris for Sidnev, 844 through 24. So pretty decent pace here. Winter's still on level 22. Yeah, about a 17 piece lead, 15, 17, something like that. There's a skimming a Tetris for Sidnev. All right, S-spin, burn, and Tetris for Winter, 695, 973 for Sidnev. She got that like double XL Vits there that sets up a square tuck or other spin, so pretty cool. And there's a Tetris for Sidnev. I feel like another Vits. Oh my God, this game just dropping S pieces like it's all it has. Max out for Sidnev, A15. Colin says, as a commentator, when we see an adjustment, our default is to say nice adjustment. For all we know, it could be a worse placement than originally. Yeah, I don't know. It seemed to make room for an incoming piece and accommodate it cleanly, so it seems like a nice adjustment. I don't know. Seems good to me. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've said that and someone come in and said, oh, well, actually, Vandy, it's worth 0.79 fewer lines cleared than the other option. Like, I don't think, I haven't seen anyone do that yet. 1.1 here for Sidnev, 29 into 30. There's a Tetris for Winter, 972. So a little, now is one away from the max. Sidnev B60 on level 31. There's a Tetris Winter into 29 at A11 max out. So about an 185,000 point lead, something like that for Sidnev. There's a Tetris. Now I think Sidnev has a, like a 2.1 million in a 39 cap game. And of course, Winter's PB is 2.1. So this could be any kind of big lead, could be a tough chase down for anybody against Sidnev in that kind of situation here. So we'll see. A39 for Winter. That is going to be a hang on the left side and a top out for Winter. And Sidnev is good in game number 1. All right, Sidnev with that 1.4. The E means a 4 or a 1.4. Oh, dirty Tetris, Sidnev. She's gonna go for that rollover. There's another dirty, and she's basically 2 away. There's another, so could potentially get. Oh my God, the tuck is insane. And I don't know if she's got the kind of break it down a little bit, but close, pretty good. So Sidnev, pretty good shape today. Looks crisp and clean. Looks like we had another. I know those tucks were nuts. Looks like we had another contribution, I think, to the prize pool. Let me just go dig that up. So pieces should be in chat. Thanks, Edward, for the pin. Appreciate that. Summer B said with that 2223 said, see the memes over at CTM. See the memes, CTM, right? Get it? And then this was Senku, who contributed 620 and says, go Sidnev. All right, so Sidnev fans coming out. 750 F68. All right, we are a quarter of the way to our goal. So anything you can do, folks, to chip in, $1, $5, $10, whatever you got would be good. All right, looks like both players are ready. Both players are on seed. Let us get them going. Game number 2. Sidnev up 1 game to none, 3-1 Tetris. If you celebrated a holiday over the last week or two, I hope you had a good one. Sue got stuck in Atlanta on Frontier Airlines, and she got stuck in Atlanta for 2 days because of like mechanical failures, and so we had to delay. We were already delaying our Christmas celebration until, after she got back, so we had to delay that. But we basically pretended on New Year's Eve that it was Christmas, so we made like a turkey. I made potatoes, peas, stuffing. It was really good. It was really good. T-spin for Sidnev. We opened stockings on Christmas Eve. Oh, it was I actually kind of like it better. You kind of get 2 holidays in one. You watch the ball drop. You get something to do while you're opening presents, you know. Instead of pretending that, you know, that you like the thing, you get to sort of watch the ball drop instead. You know, you can like distract the person who gave you the thing if you didn't like it. You go, oh, thank you. Oh, look at the ball dropping. You got a turkey far bigger than required. We had a 12-pounder. 142 for Sidnev, 106 for Winter. Tetris for Sidnev, 187, 106 for Winter. Yeah, we have a ton of leftovers, so we had some more leftovers this morning. Sue loves her Thanksgiving sandwich, so it's basically made that since we had all the ingredients for it. All right, little spins here for Winter, 175. There's one for Sidnev, 235 through 49. The Vits for Sidnev. Oh, nice stand up there of the J piece to accommodate that long bar coming in for the Tetris, so gets to avoid a burn or two. Sidnev down the middle, Winter, column 6 down the middle. False Minute says, I made my competition debut today, and now I have even more respect for these players because now I know the nerves they have somehow gotten used to. Yeah, it's definitely a thing. And it's so silly, right? You think, oh, I'm just playing dumb low-stakes Tetris over the internet against people I don't even really know, and like it seems like you would not have nerves, but you definitely a lot of people get them. I mean, I certainly did. Winter Tetris 318. Comp nerves are intense. Yeah, and I'm prone to, you know, the yips, right? So like I definitely get the yips in life. So that's why even though I love playing sports, like it's hard for me to play competitive sports because I always feel like any moment the yips are going to assert themselves and I'm going to, you know, I don't know, just make a really bad throw 10 feet from shortstop to second base and blow the entire season. That never happened, right? Yeah, it did happen. So it's hard to, you know, but Tetris has helped with it, I think. 433 for Winter, 511 for Sidnev. So this is a big pace here for Sidnev, 105 with that 500,000. And it's a good pace for Winter as well, so. Yeah, anytime you're over that you're around 100 lines and 500,000 or more, that is very good pace. Tetris Sidnev 603, 13 lines to go until 19. That speed at 19, it's going to increase by 50%. Colors will change and the value of line clears will start to go up, so. Summer B says December prize pool is still pretty low relative to the usually monthly prize pool. It is. I got to admit, I'm a little worried. I love to hit our goals. I want to get there, you know, for our players. So there's not much I can do besides just try to beat you guys over the head with it. But you know, whatever. It's holidays, money's tight. Also, people traveling, and you know. So double 600K transition, 619 for Winter, 695 for Sidnev. So that is a huge, nearly 700K transition for Sidnev. And Winter's like, I got a 600K transition, and I'm like way behind. Like, what do I have to do to win, you know? Crazy. Tetris Winter 695. So yeah, if you're looking for a seed to play at home, 750F68 might be a good one. The Tetris for Sidnev 778. There's one Winter 748. So Winter right now backed by about 57,000. Tetris is here worth 27,006 or 26,000. Is that what they are? 26.6, 27.6, or was 27.6? Anyway, they'll be 30,000 on level 24. All right, so Winter with a little bit of cleanup to do. Sidnev clean Tetrising 955 on 24. Oh, sets up for that T-spin. Really nice. Tetris Sidnev A19. Winter gets a Tetris down column 9. Let's see what she's going to do here. Gonna block that well in column 9 just as the bar comes in, but reopening it up. And the long bar goes in, and Winter is pleased. Kind of a simul Tetris there. Sidnev with the max out and more, and actually has the 1.1 now on 26. Oh, there's a good adjust, kind of double rolling that piece back over, like double tapping that piece over for Winter to make room for that S. Pretty nifty. Tetris Winter, she's got the max. Tetris Sidnev B91. Okay, Winter into 29. Sidnev one line away. Oh, can't get the bar over. So C66 top out. And Winter with a chase down target of C67. So Winter can chase this down with a C67. That's a 1.2. She's got a 1.123 right now. Andrew Meep says high pace is always a curse. I mean, not always, but it does seem that way. It seems like sometimes the game knows. All right, so Winter has got about 55 lines to work with, now within 100,000 points. Tetris is here worth now north of 40,000. You can pick and choose her spots. All right, good delayed burn here, but would love to get a well-timed bar. And there's one, C28. So she's within one Tetris, and she's got 30 lines to get there, so probably doesn't even need the Tetris. Yeah, SV says lineable. Yeah, so Winter just going to go into check down mode here. And there it is. Winter going to chase down in game 2. So that was a big chase down for Winter. I mean, that was like, I don't know, 150,000, somewhere in there. So pretty good. So GG's. It's like, you know, it's like never give up, right? Oh, your opponent, you know, got you crushed at 19. Never give up. So there you go. We are tied. We'll go ahead and put some pieces in here. We'll take a I'll run an ad after this game. So players, I'm going to run an ad after this game. So if you want to take a small break, that's fine. Uh, 1995-23. 1995-23. But yeah, take a moment if you need it. That's fine. Yeah, what was I doing on February? Well, Evesy, is that February 3rd or March 2nd? Depends on where you live. In the States, that's February 3rd. Where you are, it's probably March 2nd. Who knows? Year, month, day. All right, that's. I mean, that's the way to go. Hana with the raid party of 10. Thank you. Laurie, by the way, resubbed with Prime. Thank you for that. Winter says, still never swept in Masters. All right, well, that's pretty good. That's not bad for a first-year Masters player. I'm just going to refresh the players, make sure that they're in sync. Just to be 1,000,000% sure. Can you see the bracket? Yeah. Oh, wait, that's the old bracket. Just take that November and type in the word December in the URL. I guess I didn't update that. But yeah, just take that. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go. What was once a best of 5, now best of 3. Sidnev and Winter and 3-2-1 Tetris. Yes, as I just said. I literally just said that. I literally just said that. You just take the word November, type in December, and it should be good. Sorry about that. Well, we are tied, a game apiece. Winter with a big chase down in game number 2. Winter in chat said, I've still never been swept in Masters. That's pretty good. I can't say the same. I think I've only been swept in Masters. I'm pretty sure. I have 2 appearances. Believe it or not. But not real appearances. I mean, in the prize pool era when, you know, all the players are really good and not just like, oh, well, everybody who qualifies gets to play at Masters. That's how it was back in the old days. Yeah, I have 2 matches. So April of 2018, I lost 2-0 against Green Tea. Can you believe we were doing 2-0? best of threes. And then I played again in November of 2018 against T-Bricks, and I lost against T-Bricks 2-0. Oh, that bracket command is at the, it's on the admin site, Evesy. That's why. I'll get it. 207 Sidnev and a little bit of a dig, but low here. Winter just trying to keep that well open. Okay, there you go. There's skims it off. Couple Tetrises now. Let's see. Let's edit that bracket command so I don't have to think about it again. Everybody very upset. They should be, you know. It's not right. Okay, it should work now. Oh wait, maybe it's over on Nightbot. I don't know. I gotta think about this. Is it on Nightbot? Might be on Nightbot too. 329 Sidnev, 315 Winter. Yeah, let me update it on Nightbot. There we go. All right, now it should be good. $376 Sidnev, 317 Winter. If I'm not mistaken, the isn't Fractal's Boston tournament going on today? Has that been going all day? So that's a thing you could watch.
I think this lead.
Oh, it is. 421 Sidnev, 387 Winter. Trebus says, Vandy, I'm going ice skating at 3. Let's go Team Canada Juniors. All right, yes. Team Canada Juniors, let's go. 514 for Sidnev through 104, so another big pace brewing. Potentially. Was that meme? I don't know. Sounded like it, but I'm not sure. Probably. I mean, I assume meme is there. It seems like meme goes to like every regional. 466 Winter, 537 Sidnev. $560 Winter on 19. Sidnev has 2 more Tetrises available. There's one, 652. Going to set up for another and get it. And a 676 for Sidnev into 19. So another high 600 transition. Sidnev is a machine, and Winter is like, oh my god, what do I have to do? Tetris, Sidnev, 751, 665 for Winter. Not much says more points with less lines. Yes, that's right. There you go. You figured it out. Guys, if you want to score more, you know, if you want to do better at Tetris, score more points with fewer lines. That's a tip from your old pal, Van Dweller. That's what I've learned across the years. $8.59, Sidnev, $7.35, Winter. All right, Tetris down for Sidnev, $8.97 on 23. Winter about 100,000 points back, also ahead in lines by like 5 or 7, something like that. All right, nice series of tucks here for Sidnev on the right side, building it out to get Tetris ready. Long bar in, Tetris, Sidnev, max out and more, A52 on 25 for Sidnev, 925 for Winter on 26, so about 160,000 points back right now. All right, Winter with a little bit of a misdrop. Sidnev with the B22, that's a 1.1 into 27 now. She's 2 away from the 1.2. Wow. Nice build out of that right side. You get Tetris ready. She's got the 1.2. Long bar in. Looking for one more to just bring this down to have a safe board into 29. And there it is. So she's going to chunk this down as well. C74 for Sidnev on 29. So follows that high 600, 18 phase with about a 600K 19 phase. I don't have the exact number on it, but it was around that. All right, Winter trying to fix all this. Nice double. All right, Winter clean. Good cleanup. Tetris Sidnev D98. All right, Sidnev trying to keep that well open, bringing it down, and getting a little droughted. Yeah, this is turning into quite the drought, actually. Get out your trouts. It is a drought. And there we go. Long bar, Tetris, Sidnev, E74. Winter still fighting through. Another Tetris, Sidnev, F20. So she's working on the rollover and really just kind of one away from that rollover. And there it is. Rollover Sidnev into 26. Set up again. Gets it. A little bit of cleanup. And Winter's board really in rough shape. And that is going to be a top out. Sidnev going to take game number 3. She's got the 1.7 million. There's another Tetris. And we'll see if anything else able to. No, not going to do it. That's all right. Well, a 1.75 for Sidnev is going to take game number 3. Players, I will drop the seeds in. We are going to run a quick little ad here just to pay some bills. So you got a little breather if you need it. So here are the pieces. Yeah, I don't think Sidnev listens to comms, so I just wanted to put that in the chat, by the way. All right. Well, pieces are in the chat. 01F576. Colin says, I really hope my plane to Portugal has a way to charge my phone. I mean, if you're flying to Portugal, they almost certainly will. These long haul flights. I mean, are you in the US right now? Like long haul flights, definitely you will have a way to charge your phone. Zero 014576. Thanks again, Edward, for the pin. Prize pool is at 506.20. All right, looks like both players are ready. 0145. Let's go. Game number 4. Sidnev up 2 games to 1. Looking to wrap it up right now. Winter needs to win this one to try and force a deciding game number 5. 3-2-1 Tetris. Our flight to Mexico had new Airbuses with the tail and belly cam. Very cool watching takeoff and landing. That is cool. What airline was that? Because I always take, I like super cheap. So I always take like the cheap flight with like Spirit or Frontier. Or all the, they just buy old planes that don't have anything. And equipment fails half the time. So it's pretty rare that I get on a flight with all the cool tech. Air Canada, Costco vacation. Oh, man. I mean, I'm just happy knowing that that stuff exists, right? Like, I've taken, I've had like a premium experience less than a handful of times, and it's amazing. But I mean, I'm not going to pay for that myself. It's the biggest thing I miss about having a job is like, just they're flying me out to different places, right? Oh, Sidnev with that L piece to the left. So just going to have to work around that. YouTube chat is just neglected right now, says Marktris. It's not neglected. It's just, you aren't very interesting. They're talking about schnitzel over on YouTube. Tetris for winter. I mean, okay, to be fair, schnitzel does seem like right in the wheelhouse of what we talk about. All right, T-Spin Winter 179. Sidnev trying to unblock that left well. She can get 2 quick bars here. I'm sure she'd love that. Try to bring this down, but of course you always set up for the left well just before drought. It's kind of how the world works, I guess. Pork or veal? Yeah, pork, I would say. All right, Sidnev going to stay on that left well. Had the option to burn this down with a triple, but going to try to keep the pressure on. And just trying to work on a good, efficient transfer of the well. She's still stuck on that left well. There's the Tetris Sidnev. Oh, Winter is in trouble. Gets the bar over to the left, so that's pretty clutch. And now this is definitely burn downable. That left side will require. Okay, yes, there we go. I mean, it's level 18, so it's not the hardest thing in the world for these two. What's the difference between a schnitzel and a conventional? So a schnitzel is, oh no, Winter that hung that bar on the left. So this is going to require concentration here, Winter. Schnitzel is not a sausage. It's like a fried paillard of meat. All right, Winter fighting this down. I mean, this is a heroic dig. This is coming down. And wow. Oh my goodness. Oh no, the misdrop of the L piece just when you think you're out. It pulls you back at Mike. Oh no, she was out, and then one little kind of like overshift, and like you're out, you know. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, well, that is gonna do it. Sidnev is gonna take this one 3-1. A heroic dig for Winter and a good showing, but it is going to result in an exit from this tournament. So certainly a good showing from Winter for sure. Took a game against a very tough player, Sidnev. So GG's to you, Winter. You played great. And GG's to you, Sidnev. You will be moving on to the next round. Let me go ahead and report this. We'll go ahead and set up the next match against SV. You got a couple minutes if you need a break there, Sidnev. So GG's to you. We'll go ahead and report this. And again, GG's, Winter. Hope to see you in 2026. Go ahead and run ad, and yeah, we'll set up this next one. So should be, let's see, what is was SV seed 6 or seed 11? I don't remember. Seed 11. Okay, there we go. Oh, whoops. You'll be 2 minutes. All right. Metro Etienne, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate that. 39 months. While we're waiting, just want to let you know about a couple of events that are coming up next. Well, one's next weekend. It's one of our good friends here. Where's the one that's next weekend? There it is. Adam Irish Experience Live. I've never experienced Adam Irish live, and I guess I have the opportunity to, but I guess I'm not going to fly out to Manchester, UK. But you can go there. I don't know where it's going to be. I don't know. Is it a live event? It's live? It says Adam Irish Experience Live. So is it in a place? I have no idea. All I know is you can watch it next weekend. I guess that would be Saturday, right? January 10th, 2026, 12 p.m. It's an invitational NES Tetris tournament with 8 players, double elimination, featuring various players. So do enjoy that. And then you also have signups open for the Pumpy's one day DAS edition. Up to 7 rounds of Swiss play, I guess, with a guaranteed $100 prize pool, 8 players, single elim top cut, January 24th, 2026. Go to start.gg/1-day-das. So head on over to that if you want to find out more about it and participate. I might do it. I think I might do it. I might do it. All right, I will be right back, and then we'll get our players situated. And as soon as they're there, or they'll be there. All right, so SV should be on in a moment. I'll be right back. All right, let me get these players refreshed and set up, make sure we're good. All right, SV, I don't have you online. Are you online yet or no? Or do I have it wrong? Your OBS? Okay, no worries. Yeah, take a moment. You're pretty interested in that. Well, go over to start.gg/1-day-das. Doing a quick restart. That's fine. I wish there were more info about the Adam Irish thing. I don't know if there's a place you can go to watch it. Like, is it in person? Sounds like it's in person because it's got all these UK players and it says live, but then there's no information. So I don't know if it's something you can go to or you just have to watch it. But if you can't go and watch it, then I guess they're just all in the same room playing, but no one can go. Is that good? I don't know. I'm very confused. Adam, if you're here in chat, let me know what's going on. All right, I'm going to play against Sidnev. What is this? Floor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's see how I do on floor 6. Ready? Oh, wait. She's on 29. I have to get on 29? I don't think I'm going to do it. All right, 29 versus 19. That's it. Oh my God, I burned a line. What the heck? Yes, I see that it's floor 29.6. I'm not going to be able to play floor 29.6. So, all right, looks like SV is good. So, all right, how much warm up do you need there, SV? Sidnev versus Vandy peak gameplay, yeah. Half peak. One half is peak. The other half is a very depressing valley. Yes, it has been solved by now. We've pretty much adjudicated how that is going to go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the pieces in the chat. That way they'll be there. 099C52. What soda is that? That is the Coke Zero Orange Cream. That's pretty good. All right. Good luck has been wished. Have fun has been wished. Hands are actually ass today. Oh. Does that mean your ass are actually hands? Maybe try playing with that. Yeah, if you need more warm-up time, I mean, you know, I don't have anywhere to go. I have nothing to do until I have some stuff to do. I have stuff to do. I do have to launch tournaments today, but that doesn't bother me. So you can play. At the very least, I got to get all the quals approved and all that. So anyway, the pieces are in the chat if you need them. If you're ready. Yeah, with SV, I don't know if it's wrist. I mean, he works with his hands every day, so it's probably his entire hand hurts all the time. I think. 099C52. As soon as he signals ready, we can get this started. What's up, Jasmine? Oh, yeah. Sidnev's here. You'll probably see if it's at least one. Oh, and SV, too. You might see one. All right, looks like both players are ready. Both players are on seed, so let us get them started. This is game one of this top 8 match between Sidnev and SV. The winner goes to the semifinals in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left side, Sidnev, seed number 3 from the Netherlands, a PB of 8.52 million, ranked number 10 in the December Premier Poll heading into this tournament. Really coming back to more consistent top-level play after a bit of a layoff or a layover, whatever you want to call it. Break theory, whatever. Doesn't seem to have lost a step. Sidnev is a winner of a CTM Masters event. Did that back in, God, what was it? August of 2024? Also a 3-time winner of the Classic Tetris European Championship. And the runner-up in this year's Mega Masters. Also a 3-time CTWC gold bracket player. She's never finished outside the top 8. And in 2023, she was the runner-up in that tournament to Fractal. Also a 2-time winner of the Austria Regional as well, and has been in I was played in the Masters event. I guess first time ever was May. Is that right? May of 2021? That was a long time ago. But anyway, there's Sidnev, who defeated Winter in the round of 16. Now here in the top 8. Over on the right side, it's SV. He's at 233. Sidnev at 212. SV seed number 11. PB of 5.98 million, ranked number 8 in the December Premier Poll, is also a one-time CTM Masters event winner. Won that back in January of 2023. SV defeated Akatu in round 2 and Cole in the round of 16 to get here to this top 8 match. SV with a proper VITS setup. He had like some weird 5-high or 6-high VITS before, but there it is, the proper VITS. So hopefully, Jasmine, you saw that and you are pleased. 268 Sidnev, 305 for SV. So SV, yeah, with that one Masters win. SV is also a C-Tech winner, Classic Tetris Europe, or not a winner, but it was in the finals, I mean, of the Classic Tetris European Championship against Sidnev in 2022, and was also Sidnev's opponent the time she won the Austria Regional in the finals. So these two have quite a history in, you know, high stakes NES Tetris tournaments, and here they are playing again for a top 4 spot to close out 2025. SV is a 3-time CTWC gold bracket player, has made it always into the top 16 or higher. Best finish was this year, 2025. Went out against the winner, Alex T. A 4-time Mega Master with 2 top 8 finishes, including this year. And also the Classic Tetris UK champion in 2024. And followed it up with a finals appearance this year against Evesy. Tetris for Sidnev, 410, 476 for SV. Tetris down for Sidnev, 433. And part of that history too is, when SV won his Masters event, who was SV's opponent? It was Sidnev. So these two really have quite the history. Tetris for Sidnev, 551, 599 for SV. Yeah, they met twice in the finals of that Austria Regional. Of course, that CTM January. C-Tech. They also played. Oh, they also played in the. Was it there was a final? I don't think there was a finals in 2023. Was there a playoff? There was. I don't know how that worked. I don't know who won that in 23 CTL. Anyway, they have a history, but I think it's a friendly history. $660 for Sidnev, $752 for SV. And of course, this is one of those matches where, you know, they both have an S and a V, so I'm going to switch their names around a lot. These are best of fives, Brandor. Welcome to the chat and the channel. All right, a little bit of a drought here. Sidnev going to block just as bars come in. So bar timing leaves a little to be desired. We'll run Sidnev's side. All right, she's going to uncover. There's a bar. There's a Tetris. Sidnev 741. SV 886, level 24. Tetris SV 947. Jasmine says, why are they stacking so high? This is stressing me out. I mean, both of these players are pacers. So, you know, they're playing, you know, kind of on a tightrope. They both do that. And of course, high risk, high reward. A16 for SV, 941 for Sidnev. Sidnev ahead by about 9-10 lines, something like that. Back by 45,000 points. That's right. Drip Sanji says it's all they do. It's go big or go home. Well, one of these players will have a shot at another Masters title. They've each got the one and would love to join the ranks of, you know, the two-time winners. All right, Sidnev into 29, got the max. SV has the 1.1, and this is an unwieldy stack. That is going to be a top out for SV. Target for Sidnev, B45. Plenty of time. There's a Tetris now, just a little bit here, and one more line clear should do it. And yeah, that's going to do it. Sidnev going to take game number one. SV tops out like right after getting into 29. Awkward stack. And Sidnev, you are good. SV says, couldn't help but laugh at that top out. Yeah, it's a weird looking, not good board. Sidnev, man, breathing heavy. I think maybe just kind of scuffling, fighting to survive there. So the fact that you're pacing with those bars is insane. All right. Well, I'm going to drop seeds here in the chat. Take a moment if you need it. 16D6 EC. 16D6 EC. Again, take a moment. We are going to run an ad after game 2. Game 2, there will be a 1-minute ad break, players. So I'll put it in chat because I know not everybody listens to the commentary, which they probably shouldn't. And really none of you should either, but that's all right. Some of you probably aren't. It's better that way. D6 EC, 16D6 EC. No pinners. I guess the pinners are just gone now. You're all watching Boston, right? That's what it is. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go. Game number 2. Sidnev up 1-0. 3-2-1. Tetris. Oh, Duji fighting right now. What the heck? Oh my goodness. What the heck? All right, so game number 2 is here. Sidnev took game number 1. All right, Sidnev, I'm sorry, SV. See, I did it. See, they got S's and V's, this prominent defining parts of their name, and I'm just going to mess that up. It's like, coal versus cobra, coal versus cobalt, it's like, my God, what are they trying to do to me? All right, so this player's stacks getting up a bit high here. Sidnev still clean, able to get that triple to bring that down. SV gonna uncover, but there we go. Finally, bar in sight for SV. He gets a Tetris. There's one Sidnev. All right, bar's coming now. Gabrielli PG, thanks for the first time chat. Appreciate that. Y'all, it's been a little bit since we had some contributions to that prize pool. Still sitting at 506.20, so I appreciate those of you who've contributed so far. Whatever you got kicking around, 1, 5, 10. If you got some sort of Visa gift card for Christmas, just dump it into the prize pool. It's like found money. It's like you never had it, so just dump it in. It's Christmas, okay? It's December 34th. It's still Christmas. $240 for SV, $286 Sidnev. We do have more top 16 high stakes Tetris tonight. We'll have a full 3-match top 16 bracket. That'll be starting in about 5.5 hours. I am not going to stay online while we wait. But it's going to be Pixelandy versus Crab Rangoon, Tetris Time versus Allenbot, and then the winners of those face off for a semifinal spot. That will determine our third semifinalist for December. And we're just kind of waiting on Blue Scooty and Tuki, who are in Boston right now. 400 for Sidnev, 334 for SV. But that has been scheduled too, I think. I think that has been scheduled. There was talk of maybe having those two actually play their Masters match while they were in Boston. I don't know what happened to that. Like they would VC me in and I would set it up or something. I don't know, but it's kind of never. I think they're just going to focus on having a good time there. We'll figure it out because we got time. We're fine. All right, Sidnev long bar down the middle, going to clear a much needed single. So not a lot of points off of that, but getting material into the middle of that board. It's going to enable her to downstack this. And Tetris SV 414, there's one Sidnev 459. So one line apart, 45,000 points apart. It's about 2 Tetrises. But anyway, join us tonight for that. SV setting up the Vits, delayed. The bar comes in, the Vits complete. All is right with the world. And Tetris SV. And another one. So still about that one line apart, about 45,000 points ahead to Tetris. Lead for Sidnev. All right, Tetris Sidnev 599. And basically her next line clear is going to take her into 19 with a 600K plus transition. Yeah, 624 transition for Sidnev. 538 for SV. So SV loses a little bit of ground there in the approach to level 19. Long bar in Tetris SV 562. So yeah, it really seems like 2025 is the year of the like 600K transitions. Just seems like more of those than we've ever had. I don't know the actual numbers on it, but it just feels like everyone was getting them like all the time. I'm sure someone has got the actual stats on that. Dirty Tetris SV kind of setting up a flexible little overhang over on that left side. So he's going to fill out that left. He's Tetris ready now. So yeah, so maybe 2026 will be the year of the 700K transition where everyone starts getting 700Ks. You know, they become, you know, maybe one per match. Someone gets a 700K. Who knows? Certainly, if Sidnev and SV are playing, then you have a high probability of that. 915 for Sidnev on 24, 788 for SV. SV setting up another Vits and fills it in. So, Jasmine, you picked the right stream to watch if you're still here. Tetris SV. There's one Sidnev. She's got the max, level 26. SV back by 7 or 8 lines, something like that. And back by 130,000 points. So a little misdrop there for SV, but long bar fixes that, no problem. What's up, T.O.? How's it going? And if I didn't thank Maitre Wheatian and Laurie for the Twitch subs, then thank you. Jungle Cook says, I guess it'll be somewhere between 6 and 7. That's a good one. B67, speaking of 6-7 for Sidnev, into 29 with a 1.2. So another 1.2 into in this broadcast for Sidnev. There you go, Colin. Do you just have that in a copy paste now? Is that you just got it ready to go? It's like in a document. All right, SV's board starting to get dangerously vertical, and that is going to be a top for SV here in game number 2. Sidnev is going to go up 2 games to none. So players after Sidnev tops out, we are going to have a ad break. So if you need to take a little extended break, that's okay. But you can start it now. All right. We're going to go ahead and run that ad. So if you need to take a break, go ahead. And I will drop the pieces after the break is over. Cousin Avi gifted a tier 1 sub to Jasmine. Thank you, Avi. And also gifted a sub to Sidnev. So thank you, Cousin Avi. Really appreciate that. You should spell out Sidnev to stop confusing yourself. Oh, yeah. Like, all right. And another 600K transition for SIDNEV. Yeah, that would help. There's SV. There's SAMVAUGHAN and SIDNEV. I'm just going to, yeah, it'll be the year of spelling out their names. Anyway, if you do want to contribute to the prize pool, use that Match Reno command. Should just change it to prize, but it makes more sense. Anyway, Match Reno command. Click on that. It'll take you to the page for this tournament with our official prize pool partner, Match Reno. They do a great job helping us out. Can't imagine how we would run prizes if we didn't have a service like that. So they do a good job. So head on over there and easy login. And once you're in, any amount will help out. We could really use the help, and we were already into our top 8. We're about to crown our second top 4. We're at 506, so anything you can do would really help. All right, players, pieces are here. And if we can get a pin, that would be helpful. All right, looks like both players are on seed. Yes, OB, not 08. Perfect. All right, looks like they're both ready. It's game number 3, do or die time for SV. Otherwise, Sidnev will be moving on. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right, TJTI. All right, whoops, I left the seed checkers on. Of course, Sidnev with that one push down point. Someday, I mean, maybe it has already. Maybe that one push down point has made the difference. But there's no reason not to do it. It's free. And if it makes a difference even once, then it's worth it. Like, it's basically like Club Zero insurance, right? Like, if you both Club Zero and you have a pushdown point, you win, right? $114 for Sidnev, $73,000 for SV. Kazanavi says, go Sidnev. Jerngle Cook says, no reason not to push down. You heard it here. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, oh, there's the Vits for Sidnev. I think with rolling, it just kind of, you know, consistent push down. People are not really doing that. It doesn't get you a lot of points. What is it? You push down from beginning to 29 and you get 3,000 points if you do it like every piece. So it's not a lot. It can make a little bit of a difference. I mean, certainly the margin of victory has been less than 3,000, but I just think the additional movements and complications just not worth it overall. SV with a deep channel on the left side gets a left well Tetris and has two more potentially set up for. Has to keep piling over on that right. Gets another and another. And I guess he's, yeah, going to stay over there for at least one more. And there you go. So fairly efficient transfer of the well back over to column 10 where it belongs. SV 265, 325 for Sidnev. Rocco Ricci is here. What's up? I haven't seen you in a while. So good to see you. Yeah, so this is going to be an extra special treat for those of you in Europe time zones right now. You know, a lot of times this stuff happens and it's like US heavy schedule, but you know, you get one at 1, 2 in the afternoon here in the US. It's like prime time Europe. What's up, Tolstoy? Tetris down for SV 380. He's closed the gap a little bit. He is ahead in lines by a couple. All right, nice setup for the tuck for Sidnev. Long bar in Tetris. No flat place to put the square, so just, yeah, no problem. Just set up an overhang and get the tee. That's all you got to do. All right, so Sidnev's board is starting to complicate a little bit. Still low, though. SV, good stack, yeah, 471 SV. And there's Tetris SV, a couple of them, and that's going to put him into the lead now. But again, between 3 and 6 lines ahead, something like that. Oh, that's square to the left side for SV. Like to knock this down a couple of rows, but now it's going to... Okay, yeah, that's going to help SV reach potentially that left side, but all of a sudden, you know, SV was cruising, and now this is going to be tough. All right, he's bringing it down. All right, survival is happening. He's still digging. One line until 19. That board clears up a little bit, so there's a path out of this. SV still not out of the woods, still digging. It's coming down, though. All right, well, now he's still got a path out, and yeah, this is fairly low. It's level 19 speed, so there you go. A long bar here would be really helpful for SV, and he's going to dig out of this. Now just going to set up for that one Tetris. You always want to cap this off with a Tetris so you can breathe, and there it is. SV with the survival. He's going to lose the lead, but he's not back by much. You know, not back by much at all. 30-something thousand. So crazy sequence for SV, and he is going to survive it. Sidnev now in the lead, though. and has lines in hand, so it's a real lead Sidnev. Tetris for Sidnev, 739. I almost said SV again. This is I'm sure I've, messed it up without knowing. All right, Tetris, Sidnev, 796. SV opens up the right, building out the left. All right, so Sidnev, SV in a little bit of a dig, bringing it down. All right, yeah, Sidnev had to get a Tetris here to knock this down. So a bunch of holes in the board for Sidnev now. That's going to require some attention. About 30 lines to go until 29. So SV with a clean board, Sidnev with not. This is going to allow SV to cut into this lead a little bit. And he's got the real-time lead. Pace-wise, though, Sidnev still probably a little bit ahead if she can get clean quickly. But yeah, SV 924 through 220. Sidnev's board clean now. And she's back by about 53,000. Tetris is in 29 will be worth 36,000. And players just looking to take good boards into 29. I mean, geez, there's just no rest for the weary. Oh no, SV's board starting to break down, and that is going to be a top out for SV. That means that Sidnev is going to survive and is going to take this one 3-0. Sidnev will be moving on to the semifinals. A sweep of SV, another in this storied rivalry between these two. Sidnev, if you want to mullen it out, go right ahead. We will watch. So GG's to you. Yeah, Sidnev with multiple 600K transitions, 1.2s into 29 during this broadcast. So very strong performance again from Sidnev. Who's now really just 2 wins away from a second Masters victory. There's a nice dirty for Sidnev. Another one. So she's going to go for the rollover. Yeah, aggro here for Sidnev, not taking the burn, but she's going for it. Oh, that left side is going to be fatal. And there you go. There is your bracket winner. Sidnev will be moving on to the semifinal. So congratulations to you. You did great. And you will be taking on. Oh, this is going to be a really good one. Dog versus Sidnev in the semifinals is a gonzo matchup for sure. So going to show you the bracket in a moment. Again, congratulations, Sidnev. Semifinals locked in. And we will go ahead and show you the bracket where we stand right now. There it is. So yeah, we got a doozy shaping up for you. Dog versus Sidnev, seed 2, seed 3. that is going to be a heck of a matchup. So anyway, GG's to Sidnev and GG's SV played great. And yeah, so tonight we have got more. That's going to start in about 5 hours. And it's going to be this whole top 16. It's going to be Andy versus Crab Rangoon, seed number 29. I mean, look at all that. Look at on the left side. We have a 25, 29, and 21 seed making it in. So yeah, Andy versus Crab Rangoon, Tetris Time versus Allen Bot, winner versus winner for a semi-final spot. So 3 of those players headed for a semi-final spot have not won a Masters. So there is some potential here. So that is what we got for you tonight, starting about 5 hours. So make sure you don't miss that. Are Toogie and Scooty playing each other live in Boston for CTM? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about that. I know there was some, I heard tell of that. Yeah, thanks, SV. Appreciate it. And I don't think that's happening. I haven't heard that. There was some talk of maybe doing that, but no one's doing that. So it is on the schedule, though, for that matchup to take place. And that or at least it was on the schedule. I don't know if it still is. Let me look. I got to open up Discord, which I dread doing because there's always somebody like, Vandy, what kind of wrapping paper do you use? I'm like, I don't know. All right. Let's see. Events. Yeah, so that is on the schedule, January 9th, Toogie versus Scooty. So I think that this Crab Rangoon versus Andy will be the last progress that we make. But then once that Toogie versus Scooty match happens, then it's all going to come together very quickly because that is on a Friday. And then maybe we can just quick turn around, stream the finals that very same weekend, which would be ideal. So that is when everything is set up. Yeah, but they're in Boston to do Boston, so let them do Boston, right? Vandy, may I ask from what server you got the Pingsman emote? I got it from, where did I get it? You've asked me a good question here. I got it from the Tetris friendly server. That's where I got it. Why am I answering Vandy questions here? I don't know. Am I streaming out of a camper? I never did do that. Well, that's going to do it for me. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. And let me just thank everybody who supported the stream. There we go. Arbaro says, join Tetris for the non-pros. Oh, you're trying to get one in there. Kravenkin, thanks for the follow. Lori, Matrutian, Jasmine, Sidnev, subs, Twitch, Raid, Hana. 2 of those subs came from Cousin Avi, so thank you, Cousin Avi. Oh yeah, Arbaro with the tier 1 sub. Thank you, Arbaro. Arbaro says, join Tetris for the non-pros at tnp.tetris.lol. So thank you, Arbaro. Appreciate that, and please do join TNP over at tnp.tetris.lol. They got competition for everybody. All right, we've made some progress on the prize pool. We're up to 506.20 thanks to Senku, Summerbee, and I think Adam Verbis was last time, but thank you also for that. So Senku and Summerbee, thank you. And use that Matcherino command if you want to contribute to the prize pool. Thanks to our patrons, Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9, whoops. Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9, Tacky, Middlesburger, Corporal Shelby Jr., Troy Day, Member, Potato, Kaka, Java, DJ, Stunning, and everybody else. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, thanks, Rocco. Appreciate your hanging out. We will see you in about 5 hours for whatever this is. There it is, the blue and purple. Andy, Crab Rangoon, Tetris Time, Allenbot. See you guys then. And thanks for hanging out over on YouTube. Galileo, Mark, Hot Mountain, Jazzy, Josh, Jerngle Cook, Shane Lightning, Lori, Ego Chip, St. Nick, Zoltan. Thanks for hanging out. Take care. See you guys later. Bye-bye. And Twitch, we'll go ahead and find a place to raid you to. Maybe, yeah.